Well, here we are, healthcare finance students. We're in our final few days of the class. So your final update before you are done. So I'm shooting this as of Wednesday. Update on grading everything that's been submitted as of this morning on Wednesday, April 26th has been graded. A few of you have actually completed the class, so congratulations. I know some of you have already earned an A for the course, so great job there. But by all means, I'm not expecting everybody to complete early. You have until this Sunday to complete the requirements of the course. Again, so make sure that you have everything in by Sunday. One more kind of reminder about late work there, and reviewing the grade book and, all the assignments that have been submitted. I think I've gotten everything that folks have submitted for late work graded. So check that out. So if you submitted something late, that should be all graded for you. But then there are still some of you that have some assignments missing. So definitely, get those in by Sunday this week, Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. So it's in that Dropbox so I can grade it Monday morning in order to calculate your final grade. I do accept late work. There is a deduction on points, but hey, it's if you have a 50-point assignment and let's say you get 30 points for it, that can save you a full letter grade. So it's definitely worth it in many cases to get everything in as much as possible, so I can squeeze as many points out of those assignments that I can, and help you also meet the learning objectives of this course. All right, so we've got that. Late work and grading all caught up, and get your late work in if you have it. All right, let's talk a little bit about this week. Let me jump into the modules. In our final week, we'll scroll all the way down. There have been a couple questions about what is due. What is due is simply what's in the modules. There are some other, assignments that I've used historically that you might see on the assignment tab. Don't use that. Definitely look at what is in the actual modules. I will not surprise you folks with anything that's outside of, that's not within the modules. So do that. Okay, so as I look at Module 6, just to go back again to last week, great job on the midterm. There were a bunch of perfect points in there, and folks did really well on the midterm. High 70s as far as the point total goes. Which equates to 90% or more on that. So great job. All right, this week, kind of a crazy week. We're squeezing in a couple of parts, but I tried to balance the work. So we've got a part 1 and part 2 on revenue cycle and ratio analysis. But the work is the level of assignments that you have to do is relatively kind of the same. So we still have one topic essay that's due on revenue cycle. And then we also have one topic essay, if you wish, for extra credit. Don't need to do it if you don't want to, but it's there if you need it. So that's our last extra credit opportunity for the course. We do have a case study that's due, and that is 100 points. I'll go into that. And we have a final exam worth 150. The final will be very similar to the other two midterms that you've had, so please review those midterms. Again, about 4 or 5 of you have completed the final already and are apparently doing that because you're doing really well on the final exam. Case study. So let's take a look at the case study. Again, please, there's a video I shot in here about kind of tips for what to do for this particular case study in order to squeeze as many points out as possible. But what you want to do is, address these 4 questions to the best of your ability. One student who already completed the case study said, "Geez, this was really hard. I kind of there was so much stuff in this case. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff in this case. And I don't expect anyone to extrapolate all the little pieces parts, but take what you can get out of it to, have a good stab, or I guess a good attempt, a good effort with, these NPV, IRR, and the MIRR calculations. Just again, you're not going to capture everything in there. You're going to read something, you're not going to know what to do with it. Don't worry about it. Don't kill yourself. But there's plenty of, I guess, low-hanging fruit there that you can use. And a lot of students do. They'll use like a table to calculate those. In the other areas where you're doing more narrative, I think in questions 2, 3, and 4, just make sure you're using full, paragraphs, or, 1 or 2 paragraphs. Don't just put a couple of sentences. You'll get some points off. Again, what's been submitted has been absolutely stellar. There's generally, a couple paragraphs on each one of these narrative sections, nice full, thoughts on these areas, and they're capturing, all the points for the case study. So with that, it shouldn't be too terribly difficult to kind of get through all that. The final shouldn't be overwhelming. Again, there'll be questions that you've already seen. Of course, there's a little bit extra since we had the midterm. I really have 2 midterms, but since you had that midterm in Module 6, so there's a little extra stuff that we've covered in Module 7 in there. But the vast majority are questions that you've already seen before. So go back to, review that. What did you get wrong? And then you kind of get a mulligan on any of those questions that maybe you got wrong in the previous 2 midterms to get them right on this one. And again, you should be able to get almost 100% on this thing, if not 100%. All right, that pretty much concludes everything here. So great job. You guys have been a fantastic group, solid, really great work. Very impressed, with those learning activities and those calculations. A lot of you really embraced the calculators and taken screenshots, and that's been great. So really, you guys have done a really, really good job with that. If anything should come up as we get to the conclusion, these final days, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My text number, I think, is up here to text me. I know a lot of you have done that already, especially as we get down to the wire. If something should happen, Sunday or what have you, because I am up against a hard deadline to get final grades in. So Monday morning, I have to see what's been submitted, grade it, and I have very little window to track people down. I don't have any window to track people down if there's a missing assignment. So if there's something wrong, you lose internet or whatever happens, reach out to me so we can, strategize some sort of plan. Otherwise, I got to go with what's in the grade book and, lock in your final grade. All right. So, remember that as we come to the end. And with that, again, everybody have a nice little break. We're taking off I think we have 1 week in between semesters before the summer semester starts. I know a lot of you go continuous and you don't take off summers. So that's great. Just get it done, grind through it. I know a few of you might be taking the summers off. That's nice too. So enjoy your summer. But all of us will have a little bit of a break here, at least before the next start of our classes. So again, you can recharge your batteries and before you hit up for summer semester. So use that time to rest and relax. Again, anything comes up, let me know. But you've been a fantastic class, and thank you so much for all your contributions as you poured yourself into this topic. And again, everybody, have a great week.